What is up, lords and ladies? Welcome to the channel, everybody, and thank you for tuning in for another episode of my Elder Kings 2 campaign, The Path to Alaxon. This one is episode 25, and yes, it is officially episode 25. I decided against posting the video that I made where there was no voice with the video. I decided against it. I did get input in the comments section of my previous video. I appreciate that feedback, by the way, guys, but I've ultimately decided against it. I'm not going to waste time. That was a 2-hour video, and it just won't hit like the original recording would. Like, I was so witty and telling all the right jokes. Like, I was on point that recording, and it just won't be the same if I do, like, a commentary over it. It's just... I'm just going to let it be. I'm going to borrow a phrase from the Brits from World War II times. I'm just going to keep calm and carry on. We're not going to worry about the lost episode. It will remain a lost episode forever. Unfortunately. But we're still have a lot of fun things to do, and we have a lot of fun times ahead of us, so let's not worry about it. We're still going to have plenty of fun. Today's no different, but I do have my hands full. I wasn't able to fully do all the things that I wanted to do in the realm management phase because I ran out of money. So on the top of my head, I have some things that I need to do immediately once we get the money to do it. I convinced somebody to convert to my religion because he wasn't, and then I also need to convince them to join my government type. It's this guy right here. Oh no, it's this guy right here. His realm is autocracy. We want to change that. We want to change the map purple. If the more purple the map is, the better it is. Getting rid of the republics and theocracies, we've been doing that. But as we expand and as we grow our empire, I have to rid myself of these autocratic vassals that I take on as I expand, and that's what I'm doing here. First, I had to convince him to convert, so I couldn't do two things at once. The next thing I need to do is change his government. He better convert. I think it was 100%. Yes, it was 100%. I convinced a few people to convert. Alright, now I need to change his government type. I barely have enough money. It does cost me money to do this, but I have enough now. We'll use influence to make it 100%. And then that should change this purple. I convinced one of my dynasty members to join a holy order. So go ahead and do that. I already managed this, so I can just give this away again. Ooh, that's not good. I have newly born children. I have new children that are going to be born by my new wife, so we definitely need a wet nurse. That's an important position. I have nobody in court that could serve that purpose, so we're going to hire another one. Okay, we're managing this. I have to build a castle and change the capital here, and then we can manage this. I'm preparing for our next conquest in elsewhere. I'm going to do it as soon as we can. One thing I need to do is beef up my men-at-arms regiments, because we got that innovation. Household soldiers. I can beef up my regiments, but I just don't have the money. While I was doing the realm management, I was like, I need to do this, and need to do this, and need to do this, and I couldn't afford it all. Free renown. We're gonna get our next legacy today, definitely. And we increased our level of splendor. Somebody I can trust. A wet nurse I can trust. Because she's joining my court. She's better. I'll see if there are any single men in my court that I can get her married to. No. How good is she at her job? She's excellent. Alright, that's excellent. Okay, the castle's done. Since money is tight, I normally build some kind of plague resistance building, but I'll skip that. I don't need to do it. This is all the way in elsewhere, and we've been doing it everywhere else. So if we miss a barony, so what? Change the capital here. Almost messed that up. Okay, give this away. And I have to convince her to convert. If she has to. Yes. Alright, did this turn purple? I have 2 more autocratic vassals that we need to convert. This is costing me so much money. My money is so tight right now. And let me take a breath and just calm down here. It's like the second I see something, I want to do it, and I want to solve the problem as soon as I see it, because I'm going to forget. So the second I see the problem, I want to fix it. Okay, if we go into debt a little bit, it's okay. We're making so much money. He is my religion. Good. So is she. Okay, let's check the filter. Now it's all purple. That's what we want. Okay, now I need 50 gold because I want to create a duchy title. As we conquer elsewhere, I'm trying to create the duchy titles that we have all the land for. The rest of these were missing pieces. So until we get those pieces, I won't create the duchy titles, but I do have 2 complete duchies. I created 1. Now I need to create the other. But that requires money, so... And then I believe that's the last thing that we need to spend money on before we upgrade our men-at-arms regiments. I'm thinking because it's so expensive to sponsor this, that it's gonna turn out well. And, tapestries give me renown. See? Do I think she can make something better than this? Because I have the money for it. Let's give it a shot. Let's get the duchy first. Let's get this done first. A pretty small duchy. It only has 2 counties in it. And we have to tell him to spread our religion if he can. I keep re-inheriting things. Stop dying. Leave me alone. I got too much to focus on right now. Where is it? It is in the Somerset Isles. How bad is the plague? We'll check the severity. It's a major epidemic. It's a tier 2 plague, but my physician is recommending a light approach. Since I have so much magicka saved up, I have this youngest son that Celebrimbor, our son Celebrimbor that we want to raise today as best we can. He doesn't have any plague resistance at all, so I'm going to spend some magic. I'm going to be a good dad, and I'm going to protect my son. I'll give him a greater casting. That lasts 5 years. He's my best son so far. We don't want him to die. Okay, so we have nothing else here to manage. Until we get our conquest, I'm going to start increasing the development over here, because I'm trying to upgrade all the temples that I have in all of the counties that are under my control. I'm upgrading them to level 2, so I can get 150 renown when I do it. So for the time being, we'll speed up those building projects until we get our conquest and we start building temples again and elsewhere. What was the other thing that I needed to do? Was there... I feel like I'm missing something. We created the duchy titles. They're administrative. There were 2 more people that we needed to get to be... Oh, no, there weren't. We took care of it all. I'm sorry, I'm so scatterbrained because there's so many things that I have to do. Okay, there's some good news. So just for reference, I should be at 10. Anything over 10 means that there's something somewhere that I have to manage. We want 10. 10 is all the domains in the Somerset Isles and Woodhearth. Anything else is extra. So that's what we'll use to make sure that we don't have anything that we need to manage. Let's get our men-at-arms regiments up to full strength now. I'll slowly start putting money into that. And then once my men-at-arms regiments are ready, we'll declare wars. It's no longer required from my realm priest to convert anything, because we're done. As we take over elsewhere, we're just going to give our vassals directives, and our religion will spread that way. So there's no need to tell our realm priest to do any more of that. Let's switch to fabricating claims. There's a kingdom that still exists in Valenwood that only consists of 2 counties. If I fabricate 2 claims, now that we have chronicle writing, I can fight a war and take both counties at once and destroy this kingdom. They don't have any allies, I believe. Oh no, they're allied with somebody really... They're allied with a count in Elden Roots. That's not scary. But let's fabricate both of these claims. They're both on my border, so that speeds up the process. And I don't believe... No, we're not friends with my... we have to change that. This is a new realm priest. She's still pretty good. She's not as good as our old one. Our old one was like in the 40s or something. But we need to befriend her. That'll speed this up even more. So once we're done with our wars and elsewhere, we'll declare a really easy and simple war in Valenwood. Our first conquest in Valenwood. Most of our focus has been here. Okay, let's beef up the rest of our regiments. Somebody that I was in the middle of a political scheme. I was trying to ingratiate my family with somebody, but he died. So I have to choose somebody else. We'll choose his successor. I'm sorry, it's a personal scheme, not a political scheme. Or maybe it is a political scheme. Oh, no, it isn't. It is a personal scheme. It's official. She's strengthening her sentries. Is that having a negative effect on the success chance of this? Now, we should be really close to our next legacy. We are definitely going to get this today. We're going to grab magical drills next. Flagellants at court? Vendari's pox continues to sweep across my realm, devastating everything in its wake. A group of fanatics have come into prominence in the infected regions, claiming that salvation can be achieved through self-flagellation. My scribe of Ariel, my realm priest, is staunchly against this practice, claiming that not only is this masochistic act heretical, it's also sexually deviant in nature and must be eliminated. She strongly suggests that this practice be condemned. I don't need... The flagellant trait is normally a nice way to relieve stress, but I don't need that because we got another trait. We got the journaler trait, so I can just write things down to relieve stress. And we have a puppy now, so this is another way to relieve stress. So getting flagellant is not high priority. I'll take my realm priest advice, because I'm trying to befriend her. All right, there's the first fabrication. Let's get the next one. We're friends. So now that shaved a month off of the fabrication time. So instead of 5 months, it's 4 months. Let's check the status of these temples. This one's almost done. I gotta move my steward again. Okay, all of my men-at-arms regiments are at full strength, so we can declare war now. A giant wasp appears. Let's throw a Pokeball at it. No, what would that be in Pokemon? A giant wasp? That would be Beedrill. We're coming across a Beedrill in the tall grass. I'll take care of it myself. 0% chance that we died. Let's go kill a Beedrill. Okay, that temple upgrade. Oh, no. It's not done yet. A woman named Eleninwi approached me seeking employment. Oh yeah, we've read this event several times. Somebody's claiming that I gave them permission to join this person's court. This is a good way to get a mole inside somebody's court. Do I value getting a mole in here? Because she's going to remain in his court. If I take her side, she'll stay in his court. And if I ever want to scheme in this guy's court, she would be a valuable agent. But I guess, come to think of it, I've never needed, like, agents. I've never had trouble getting really good agents, so this is low priority. But, would she be somebody of means? Because I could use that strong hook to get money or influence. She's not bringing either. Kill her. Pretty arbitrary, just kill her. still don't know what kind of education I'm going to give my son. Alright, is that temple done? Because if it is, I'm declaring war. It's not done yet, but we're declaring war. 3 wars. A war against this, a war against this, and a war against this. No need to bring in any provincial armies. What I've got should be enough. So I don't need to spend any influence. It's not that I don't have influence, I just don't need to spend it. We'll hit this one first because the capital is the war target. We'll go for this one next. And then we'll end with this one. So by the end of this, we'll get 3 counties. And then not too long after we're done with this war, we'll take a break, we'll take a breather, and then we'll declare this war, because now our claims are done. Now the question is, where do we want to start fabricating claims next? Ideally, in a place where I can get a big chunk, like, a place where we have a lot of borders touching. Like, right here would be nice. Would this give us a duchy? That would finish a duchy right here, so that's high priority. Because now that we have chronicle writing, when I declare war on Elden Root, we'll take like 2 or 3 duchies all at the same time. Let's begin. Oh my god, 4 months. This is gonna be so quick. What? I definitely did not arrange this betrothal. I wouldn't have allowed this. But the betrothal has already been made. I promise I didn't do this. But I don't really have a choice here. So while we muster our forces, I want to see if the counties are going to be practical to manage. No, this county is not going to give me anything. It's just going to expand my realm, that's it. I can't build any temples. I can build a temple here. And I can build a temple here, and I have to build a castle. So yeah, two of the conquests are actually going to benefit me. My ingratiate family scheme has just completed and was successful. Oh, we just fought a battle and I didn't realize it, but we won it. This is kind of getting annoying every time I re-inherit something I already managed. Somebody's joining the war against me. This person. There must have been an alliance arranged behind the scenes. So now I'm fighting them. I think we can deal with it. Whose side did they join? I don't know. I don't know why they joined. They don't have an alliance. I didn't declare war on any of these people. They're just randomly deciding to join. I'm not required to fight any of these armies because they're orange. I don't have to fight those. I should try to avoid them. Oh, I see. Okay. I see what happened. The power that I declared war on was fighting another war, and they lost that war before my war was over. So they got subsumed into this guy's realm, which is why we're fighting them. So now we're fighting them for this county. Okay. I have to fight this battle. The ruler is commanding. Oh, he's running away. Alright, this is a little obnoxious. We do have the war target in this war. And since he's running away, I'm not going to chase him. We'll come over here and we'll end these other two wars. And then we'll come back to managing this war. I think that's the best strategic decision to make. I don't mind that I'm commanding. That's fine. I'm upgrading the temples in some other of my counties. Let's move our steward to the next one. I think these are like the fastest fabrications I've ever seen. And that includes all of my series that I've ever done. These cowards. The family that stays together. It's a little odd for my daughter and I to be brought together so over this scheme to expand power base. Still, there's joy to be found in a common task and working together towards a goal. Alright, she's gonna allow me to end this scheme sooner. Please capture the leader so I can end this without having to take the war target. Kind of ridiculous. So that's one complete duchy. Let's try to get this one next. Now, none of these are on my border, so that means it's going to increase the amount of time. 8 months. That's still good. That's still really, really good. We're setting ourselves up to get so much conquest in the future. There's a plague breaking out. Oh no, it's... Is it going away? Yeah, it's going away. Sorry. Ooh, that's nasty. There's an apocalyptic plague breaking out in Black Marsh. It's so bad that the game is telling me about it. Uh-oh. I'm glad that it's kind of on the other side of Tamriel. This is a dangerous... I'm being told about this. It's on the other side of Tamriel, and I'm being told. which is never a good sign. We need to end these wars quickly. My son got groomed to rule, his injury. Okay, so we learned what his trait is. Intrigue or diplomacy? I have a really good intrigue education. I think I would give him the best intrigue education. So we'll go with that. Celebrimbor is going to get an intrigue education. Okay, that war's done. If this apocalyptic plague starts spreading towards the battlefront, we need to make sure we're not commanding the army. Because I don't want to get the plague. Alright, now we're moving up this way. We're going to take care of this war, and then we'll finish this one up. Let's manage this. Build our temple. Move our steward here. Something that's really interesting, it takes less time to build the barony for the first time than it does to upgrade it after it's already been built. Like, upgrading these temples has taken, like, over, like, a year and a half or almost 2 years. Whereas just building the barony for the first time only takes 6 months. With the help of my steward, admittedly. Stop running. Just fight the battle and... mediocre, not worth bringing in. I have a feeling I'm going to get pulled into a battle against these armies when I don't want to. And we might need to, resupply. Guys, I'm getting really nervous. This is an apocalyptic plague, and it's spreading really, really quickly. It's making me happy that I've been building hospices and stuff everywhere. Alright, 2 enemy armies are fighting one another, that's good. The Knahaten, the flu has spread through Black Marsh, annihilating most of the region's Argonian populace. Man, Mer, and beast alike are dying by the thousands as their corpses are dying by the... I'm sorry, as their corpses collapse into the fetid swamps and waterways. The Argonians are scrambling to make sense of the death that surrounds them. Many non-Argonian villages in the marshlands have become ghost towns, some bereft of even a single inhabitant. We're getting messages associated with this plague. Oh, that is not good. So far it's ravaging through Black Marsh, but it's beginning to enter Morrowind. Yeah, go north and go this way. Don't come this way. I love the Dark Elves, but better them than me. Alright, so castle and a temple. I can resupply around here. The supply limit isn't that bad over here. So let's come over here and resupply. We'll split our army up. Hopefully we don't get jumped. I don't think they're interested in fighting a battle. Before the plague hits elsewhere, if it does, let's try to help out. We'll do what we can. But I can give this away now. I have another ward. I almost forgot. I have another ward that I'm raising. I could influence his personality, too. This is my great-grandson. And I might have some other children that need educating. Who are you? My wet nurse brought a son with her, or she must have been pregnant at the time, which makes sense, because that makes her a wet nurse. I'll give this kid a martial education, and we'll give him somebody with a good martial education. Maybe he'll be a good knight or something. Preferably somebody with a formal magical education. Like this guy. How do I teach these kids? It's getting pretty nasty. Okay, let's split our army a couple of times. Let them catch their breath and get some food in their stomachs because they're starving. I'm starving. I'm commanding. So we can't have that. There's a medium health boost. That'll be nice if the plague... I don't want to say anything. I was about to say something that would jinx it. Not gonna say it. Keep my mouth shut. That horseshoe is something I can give to my youngest son. Help him with stress. Just don't chew on it or put it in your mouth. We got our next legacy. Okay, that's cool. We got another legacy today. Magical drills. It's taking them a really long time. Wow, they just got it now, but that took them a while. Oh boy. The Skaven are taking over. Pestilence stalks the land. A grisly red rash grows upon the victims, whose pitiful calls for help are slowly stifled as they gutter and drown in their own blood-filled throats. From the lowliest urchin to the most fetid emperor, I hope I read that right, all dread the indiscriminate scythe of the merciless plague. Those that survive must watch helplessly as those around them perish. The devoted look to the divine as a savior, and the powerful their riches, but none but the Argonians can truly be safe. Dreadful tendrils spread across the land, constricting it until it no longer breathes. The flu is upon us. Ariel, save us. All counties prone to plague? Is this a scripted event? Is this like something that actually happened in Tamrielic history and I just don't know about it? Because this is not just any other plague. This seems like it's an event. Arana El Larica of Eleanor approaches me with a grave concern. Crystal Tower has taken in a group of refugees that were cast out from the nearby settlements. It seems many of them are infected, already showing symptoms. Some, she says, even came from the palace of Eleanor. Though the monks did their best to treat the refugees and further contain the flu, their monastery has become a breeding ground for the flu. My wife fears the disease will not be contained to the monastery any longer. It may seem cruel, but she suggests ordering your vassal to kill and burn those infected to save the rest of us. I'm making the cold-hearted decision. I don't want a plague to spread in my realm. Look at this. It's coming right for us. It's coming straight from... Alright, I'm panicking. I'm panicking hardcore right now. Get some more supplies. Hurry up. Is my court physician dead or something? We need to set our physician to control plagues. We'll do that. I'm not in the market for another physician. I already have one. Let's unify our forces, and I need to stop commanding. I can see the darkness spreading already. You can see it. Oh my, this is really bad. This is really, really bad. Merge the army. I'm no longer the commander, so I'm back home. I'm trying to think of silver linings. Could this benefit me in a way? Actually, it could. If this plague ravages through my future enemies' lands, like, if it kills the right people in Eldenroot, it might cause the realm to break up. Because we want these two powers to break up for some reason, and a destabilizing plague could do that. So I'm trying to find silver linings in all of this. Holy crap. But there's not many silver linings. I'm gonna save up as much magicka as we can, and we'll save up enough if the plague comes into the Somerset Isles. I want to cast Resilience on as many of my family members as possible. Primarily my youngest son. And we also want to protect the family members that are ruling realms. Like, I have a son who's the king of Illuvimir and a daughter who's the king of Firsthold. I want to protect them from dying. So I want to save up enough magicka to cast Resilience on all of them. I'm going to turn off any unnecessary rituals that I have going on in the background. Like, we'll turn these off. I'll turn that off too. Let's save up. I'm trying to think of as many preventative measures that I can take. Let's fight a battle. Argolis is managed. Switch the capital. I don't want to wait a year to correct my mistake. I'm just gonna kill him. If I wait long enough, maybe the plague will just kill him, but I don't want to wait. A plague is actually a great time to murder somebody, just because you can take advantage of all the chaos and commit murders, you know? There we go. Alright, so we re-inherited this, and I need to correct my mistake. Dumbass. I just got an achievement. Inherit a title from someone you murdered. I've never done that. Long have our armies made war, and yet we have no triumph to proclaim. Were I to lend my household troops and my personal funds to your cause, would such loyal service be rightly appreciated? I don't need your help. I don't want this guy to get a hook on me. He could force himself on my council or something, and I don't want that. I don't need his help. We're doing just fine. Unless you can prevent plagues from spreading. Alright, the plague must be killing people, which is why I'm inheriting this. Trade routes across Tamriel are suddenly losing much of their business, and the reason is known. Word is coming in that elsewhere in its great cities have been swept by the flu. As bloodied corpses fill the once busy streets of the sprawling Khajiit cities, horrified officials have turned to razing whole neighborhoods in an effort to stop the spread. Alright, so now we got another specific... We got the message that was specific to Black Marsh, then we got the one for elsewhere. If it goes into Valenwood, we should get another one, and then hopefully we don't get one for our realm. I won't isolate the capital or enter seclusion until it actually enters the islands, which I hope it doesn't, but I think odds are it's going to. I'm preparing for the worst. Do I want to send relief to my enemies? I don't want to send relief to my enemies. I'm going to be fighting her soon, and I'm already fighting this guy. Why on earth would I send... What do I care? Okay, that ended it. Get my men out of danger. This doesn't need to be managed because it's already full. The only purpose of this was to increase our realm size. To take more land for the Empire. So I can give this away. Let's make sure we're turning everything purple as we expand. We are. We're not missing anything. Now, the real question is, can I fight another war against Silvernar? Because we can do that. We can take all of my claims. I can give my army a rest for a few months, but the longer I wait, the worse it's going to get, because the plague is going to keep spreading. But I want to get more conquest because I can. I can afford it. We're going at a good pace. So let's prepare by moving our flag here. I'll give my men-at-arms like a month or two, and then we'll declare war again. I need to keep my mind off the plague. I need to keep my mind busy, because if I constantly keep looking at it, I'm just going to keep dreading its approach, and I'm going to get nothing done. I can't upgrade... Actually, the temples that I've been upgrading in my domain, since I upgraded the temple to level 2, I can upgrade the monasteries and improve the plague resistance. That's something to spend money on, something productive. I can't upgrade any hospices. Here's a temple I forgot to upgrade. I did this one. Grab that. I can actually move my steward here to speed that up. Oh, I missed another temple. If only we could get battlements sooner than 6 years. It's too late now, but if I were able to get battlements to... Or if I get battlements, I would be able to upgrade my hospices everywhere, but I just can't do that. Hindsight is always 20/20, you know? Is this gonna spread to everywhere in Tamriel? Let's watch it spread. How quickly is it spreading? Pretty quickly. Morrowind's getting hit the worst. Well, I mean, not including the ones that obviously Black Marsh and elsewhere are hit the... Oh, there it is. It entered my realm. Enter seclusion. And isolate the capital. Let's start casting resilience. I want to get as many uses of this spell as I can, so... Like, I want to give people the best quality spell, but I want to give it to as many people as I can, so I have to... I have very little magicka that needs to be spread really thin. We'll start with my son. He's the obvious first choice. And then my wife I'll do too. I can cast this on 8 people if I do the lowest, if I only give them a medium boost. That's not gonna fly. I'll give my son the lesser version, give him a significant boost. I'll give my wife the lesser version as well. What about my mage? Does she have access to this? She does have access to resilience, and she has some left over. Okay. How about we give... Okay, we gave my son and my wife the lesser version. How about we give the son that I just made the king of Iluvamir? We'll give him the lesser version too. I'll give this daughter the lesser version. And then I'll give this daughter the lesser version as well, just through my mage. So I've given everybody a significant boost. I also have this son who's a duke. We can't forget him. We took care of all the kings. Now we'll take care of the one that's the duke. I know this is really tedious, but if I don't do these things now, it's going to be too late. The plague is going to start ravaging us. And by then, it won't matter. Control plague. Nothing else really helps at all. Alright, we're just gonna have to deal with it. That's the best I can think of on short notice. Oh, I have this son that's a duke. I forgot to do him. He's my direct vassal. He's underneath me. He's the Duke of Corinth. Okay. I'm glad this event reminded me of that. Almost forgot you, son. I'm sorry. I can't afford lesser for him. I can only give him petty. Oh, we have prisoners. Okay, let's distract ourselves. My men-at-arms should be at full strength. I could wait to get some more levies, but I don't need them. Silvernar is allied with a county in Elden Root, which isn't scary. They're allied to an adventurer that doesn't have that many troops. Alright, this should be really easy. Easier than the war against this. And this will be our first war, our first expansion ourselves, not counting our liege lord who did all this before us. This is our first expansion into Valenwood. Let's raise up a little bit further back. I did what I could to protect all my children. Now it's up to fate. It's up to the divines. It's in the hands of Ariel. Saying that just gave me an idea. Nothing gives me plague resistance. If I were to change my patron, some patrons give me a health boost. I'm gonna switch my patron to Ariel to protect us from this, plague. Hopefully he listens to me. My intimate love. Oh, this is an event that's going on because I have my court poet assigned to a certain task. So she's gonna occasionally write poems. I can afford to inspire this tapestry. We're not allowed to command. I need to get off the field of battle. I don't want her to command either. We can incentivize our commanders. The faster you end the war, the safer you'll be, because you can get back home and out of harm's way. Now, these two counties we're going to take over. I could build a temple. I can't build anything. I have to build a castle, so I can't build another temple here. Alright, so at least we're getting one out of it. Protect your children, Ariel. Protect us from this pestilence. This is not a curable illness. So I guess that means I can't cast a spell to cure illness in order to... Alright, is that pretty much a death sentence for anybody that gets it? I don't like that. Alright, my children are safe so far. My son's about to have a grandson. He's staying positive, him and his wife. They're... I don't have any items that have a health boost associated with them. And I know my domain limit's 18, but that's because we have a regent ruling, since I'm secluding myself. My son is ruling. Taking their capital, and the war target should end it. Really fast war. There we go. Here we go. Here's the message for Valenwood. Cries ring out in the forests of Valenwood. The flue stalks beneath the canopy and creeps in the highest tree branches, like an inescapable predator with an insatiable appetite. No matter where the Bosmer, Imga, and other tree climbers flee, the ravages of the flue follow, and the underbrush is stained from the blood of dead bodies. I was going to consider going to university, but this is not the time. I thought that after we were done with all of these wars, I was going to do it. Before the plague broke out, it was something I was considering, but ever since this started, I don't think I want to do that. I can't. I need to stay secluded. And we're going to wrap this one up. This is not a good time to wrap up an episode, having a plague spreading. Here it comes. So my domains in Noldoril are being infected. Here's the message for Cyrodiil. Death is haunting Cyrodiil, the land of the Imperials. The densely packed cities that were once considered beacons of civilization have transformed into death traps filled with rotting, diseased corpses. Lake Rumer, the Niben River, and other waterways are clogged with barges full of refugees seeking to flee from the epidemic, and the roads are strewn with the forsaken belongings of panicked travelers. It's a full-on zombie apocalypse, which is possible in Elder Scrolls lore. There are zombies. Now, the Morrowind, an ominous shadow looms over Morrowind as the flu has left little but tragedy in its wake. Even the largest of Morrowind's ancient Dunmer families are barely clinging to existence as casualties pile up. Worshippers of the Tribunal pack the temples, seeking healing and wondering why something so terrible would ever be allowed to happen. Alright, so just like I said about Eldenroot possibly, or Cormount breaking up as a result of maybe somebody dying, that's another way to look at this positively. Maybe the plague will kill the right people and break up some of the powers that have been growing. You know? High Rock is about to be infected. This part of the Empire is infected. So we just need to survive this. We need to be the one ruler that survives. My wife is pregnant again, which is good. I didn't realize that. Alright, I say we end this simply once these are managed. He would be a... My Chancellor's not that good. I'll make him my Chancellor. There we go. I mean, my Chancellor was okay, but he's better. He's better than my daughter. My daughter was losing her touch. Okay, that's all the claims that we needed to fabricate against Eldenroot in order to get 2 duchies worth of land. Let me double check. So yeah. Do we want to try to get another one? I could, but the downside is when we declare war on Eldenroot, we're gonna have a massive war target to take. How about we grab this? Have we made any progress? No, this is a new duchy that we haven't touched yet. I mean, so were these. How about we grab this one? Alright, dare we look? Yep, it's basically my entire coastline. My capital hasn't been infected yet. My children are still safe. Okay, we're doing well. Administrative government spread here when we expanded in Valenwood, so that's good. Okay, let's finish these up. I just had another son. We haven't named any sons after myself yet. We started with our grandfather, went through all Feanor's sons, then Feanor's grandson, Celebrimbor. Now we can name one after us. And he's better than his brother. He's better than his brother because now he has a 4 lifespan and he has the exact same congenital traits as Celebrimbor. And he doesn't have unborn blood. And I think having a longer lifespan would be seen as a step in the right direction on the path to Alaxon. So I think we found a new heir. I kind of want him to be Celebrimbor. I think my other son's still young enough to rename. I'm naming him Celebrimbor. And then this son we can rename to Feanor. I have to drop the unnecessary ward, because we need to raise our other son now. And this kid that I was raising, he's not in my court anymore, so I don't need to give him another guardian. Somebody's going to have to take care of that themselves. But now I'm raising both my sons. I wonder what kind of education he's going to want to get. The interior of the islands is weathering it, but I don't think that's going to last forever. I think this plague is not going to stop until... It's not going to stop. I think every single barony on the entire map is going to get affected, no matter what. Like, there's no way to avoid it. So I can't spend magicka on anything other than refreshing all of those resilience spells. You missed your chance. I already gave somebody else a position. He wouldn't make a good replacement for anything, so no. Stop building that stupid building and get a smarter one up. So 4 months and we're gonna wrap it up. Everyone's still okay? We'll incorporate the Duchy of Cormount into our next conquest against Eldenroot, because that's where the capital is, so maybe that'll be a good first target. You know, we'll conquer our way to the capital, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Oh, no, we would have to... Okay, so we're fabricating claims against Cormount now. I'm sorry. I guess we can start saving those up. Let's do that. Oh, Cormount is expanding this way. it gives me more renown numerically, but it doesn't have the monthly renown bonus that this is giving me. So it was almost better. Almost. But not quite. Okay, I'm friends with my new chancellor. Hey, look at this. I'm noticing that there's a power in Black Marsh that's starting to get pretty strong. Black Marsh notoriously refuses to unify under one power, so I noticed stuff like that. They weathered the plague really well. Because they're Argonians and they don't get sick, apparently. I've never played as an Argonian character. I wonder, just because you're Argonian, it means that you never get sick. Still hasn't gotten into it hasn't broken into the capital. Upgrading these monasteries to improve the resistance. Alright, lords and ladies, that's gonna do it. I think I have a new kingdom title now. After I finished that war, we destroyed the kingdom. Oh, no, the kingdom title doesn't exist. And I don't need to create it right now. It's not a high priority. Let's make sure that this woman has got the right directive. Convert my faith. I'm not a big fan that we have to end the episode during this, but you've seen me do everything that I can, and maybe if somebody can think of something else that I can do in order to protect myself, because there's possibly something I'm missing. Now's your time to let me know in the comments so I can prepare during my realm management and take some more precautions. But I cast Resilience. The only other thing is you should have cast higher level of Resilience. But, you know, I can't do that. I only have so much Magicka. Physician is controlling. And I have an excellent physician, so there's that. But let's ignore the plague for now. We know it's a big deal, but let's look at all the other things we accomplished. We're having more children. I'm raising my son properly. I can start teaching him languages. We're influencing his personality. We had a spare son, so now we have another son. None of my other family members have died so far, but the plague only just recently hit our lands. But we're going to find out how the rest of this goes in the next episode. We took some more conquest and in Elsewhere, and our first conquest expansion into Valenwood. So we're another step closer, another baby step closer to building the Altmeri Dominion. We're growing along with everybody else. House Redoran's growing, High Rock is growing. This is a new thing, and we're growing. "5 years from battlements." About a quarter of the way to our next legacy, but we did get our next legacy today too, so that's good. I think we're doing well. It was a good episode, but it's just scary times. Very scary times. We'll have to play this very carefully and be super responsible, and maybe not play on such a fast speed, just so I can maybe manage things a little bit better. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Scary things going on, but we're managing. We have plenty of money. Continuing to grow the realm. Scariest plague I think I've ever seen, ever, in any Crusader Kings 3 campaign. I've never seen a plague spread over almost the entirety of the map. It's crazy. Alright, lords and ladies, that's going to do it for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down below. Leave your comments down below. Like I said, leave me comments and let me know if there's anything else I can do to protect myself. So leave me that advice down in the comments. Like the video. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe as well. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Episode 26 will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.